All right, guys, let's get started here. Let's go ahead and finish our setup here. Looks like we're getting ready here, just giving everyone a chance to find out we're live streaming and to show up if they want to show up. If you're watching this on YouTube later, thank you very much. We're going to be playing some Internet Baseball League, obviously baseball here. You can find out all about this. You can download everything that I've downloaded yourself at home. You can print out the cards. You can do just about all of this. But again, this is all their information, their stats. It's based upon the old Pursue the Pennant system. After they went out of business and stopped producing, the Internet Baseball League continued and created their own charts, their own uh, information, created their own cards, made their own players, and just been expanding through the years. So we are in the process of trying this out. As you can see, we've got a little bit of an update here on some stuff, as I have my own baseball score sheet here to help keep track of everything. This is a game from April 1st, 2011. It's opening day here, 2011 season. We had the Boston Red Sox traveling to Texas to take on the Texas Rangers. First game of the season. Starting lineups. Let's go ahead and go over this. So this is the starting lineup from the actual game. And we also have all the information that I think we're going to need from the players, so we can quickly and easily look at that. First is E, which stands for their error rating. R, which is their range. A, which is whether they have an arm rating or what their arm rating is, mostly outfielders and the catchers. And then we have the run rating, the steal rating, and the jump rating, which kind of go together. So run, steal, and jump. Obviously, these are the different innings, blah, blah, blah. And there's one other stat that you won't see here in um, Boston, but you will see here in, oops, let's increase this one. You will see in Texas here, the second baseman and the shortstop are rated with either a minus, they have no rating, or they have a plus symbol. So you can see if we look at the second baseman and shortstop for Texas, Ian Kinsler and Elvis Andrus, both of them have a plus rating, which would be better for them to turn double plays. If we look at Boston, both Dustin Pedroia and Marco Strutora, neither of them have a plus or a minus. So I think if they're neither plus nor minus, they're kind of average. If they're plus, if they have pluses, then they're going to have better chance of turning double plays. And if they have minuses, then they have a chance of not getting as many double plays. I think that's the rating. We went through this kind of last night in our live stream. If you're interested, we'll look at that here when that comes up. All right, so today's lineup: Jacob Ellsbury in center fielder, batting first. Dustin Pedroia, second baseman, batting second. Kyle Crawford, left fielder, batting third. Kevin Youkilis, cleanup, third baseman. Adrian Gonzalez at first base, batting fifth. David Ortiz at DH, batting sixth. Mike Cameron, the right fielder, batting seventh. Jared Saltalamacchia, the catcher, batting eighth. Marco Strutora, shortstop, batting ninth. And on the hill today for your Boston Red Sox, John Lester. He has some of the same ratings, error and run rating. And then this is basically his hold rating against the run, steal, and jump rating. So I put that in the same category. So it's not run, steal, and jump for the pitchers. This is his hold rating, which is fair, and -3. And then on his card over here, we have wild pitch and balk rating. Wild pitch is rare, balk is rare. For Texas, let's look at Texas here. So Ian Kinsler, second base, batting first. He is a plus. Elvis Andrus, shortstop, batting second. He is a plus. Josh Hamilton, left field. I don't know why it says left field. That's right. Center field. I think he got moved in the game, but we'll just fix that up real quick. There we go. All right. Not bad. What I want to do here is actually just highlight all of these guys and let's remove the hyperlink so I don't accidentally keep clicking on this. Remove. Why I can't just do that for everyone? There we go. All right. Now, put them back in the center, and let's make them bold, I guess. There we go. All right, so there we go. And I guess we should do something like this to kind of separate them. All right, sorry about that. So, Josh Hamilton, left field, batting third. Adrian Beltre, third baseman, batting fourth. Michael Young is a DH today. Nelson Cruz, right field, batting sixth. Mike Napoli, first base, batting seventh. Yorvit Terrellaba, catching, batting eighth. Julio Bourbon, center fielder, batting ninth. And on the hill today is C.J. Wilson. He's got a wild pitch of unlikely and a balk rating of R. We do have our charts available and ready to go. We'll look at these when we get that. When these situations come up, we'll be looking at our charts. And of course, we have our little matchup here. So we roll the dice. In this game, we'll be rolling 3 10-sided dice. It's red dice, white dice, blue dice in that order. So 6, 0, 5. If we need just 2 dice, we'll read the last 2 numbers. So it'd be 0, 5. If we need just a single number, it'll be just 5. So we're going to read them right to left based upon, we'll read them left to right, but we'll use the number of dice from right to left. And Beatles Eternally's in the house. Haven't seen you for a while, my friend. How is it going? It's good to see you back, my friend, as well. We're playing some Internet Baseball League here. Got a matchup here between the Texas Rangers and the Boston Red Sox from April 1st, 2011, opening day, with Internet Baseball League rules and cards and everything. So just going over all that information. I'm sure that didn't change the size of that. Probably because I was on the other sheet. That's fine. All right, so there we go. There's the starting lineups using my own little spreadsheet I created because the other day I was keeping track and it just in Microsoft Word and it didn't work as well. So I made my own little spreadsheet. So we're going to get the game started here. So Beatles Eternally is doing well, so that's excellent. All righty. So without further ado, we can't actually get this game started yet because we got to do a few things. So the first thing we need to do is find out the weather and how that wind and all that stuff, how that's going to affect everything. So we need to find Texas. We need Texas. We need the weather effect chart. Here we go. Which is going to be in the southwest area over here. And was this a day game or a night game? That is a great question. Let's look at the actual game here. This game was played April 1st at 3:10, so I'm going to say that's a day game. So we're going to roll into the day game area here. And obviously we're in April, so we're going to be using this column here. And we're going to be using 2 dice. So let's roll these dice and see what we get. It's either going to be hot, warm, or cool. And here we go. It's a 1-2, so 12. 12 falls between 4 and 81, so it's a warm day here in Texas. And with warm, looking to see if there's any temperature alterations to the system when it's warm. I see hot and cold and cool, but warm I think is just normal, so we don't have to worry about that. That's good. Less to worry about. That's good. So now we got to find out if the sky is clear, partly cloudy, or cloudy. So let's do that. Roll these dice again. Espo Strat Baseball Network is in the house. Hello, Espo, my friend. How are you doing today? We're playing some Internet Baseball League here. Just going through the setup of the game here. And we've just rolled for the temperature, which happens to be just a warm day here in Texas. Now we're doing the conditions outside. The conditions happen to be a 16. 16 is going to be clear. So it's a clear, warm day here in Texas. So that with clear, we don't have to worry about any kind of precipitation or fog or showers or anything like that. You only roll for precipitation when you get a cloudy result, I believe. So that's cool. Oh, your cross-era baseball is going well. That's great. It's been a lot of fun. Excellent. You guys should definitely check out Espo Strat Baseball. If you're watching this on YouTube later, that's ESPO Strat Baseball. Check out his channel. He does a great job. Plays, obviously, a lot of baseball simulation games and does a really good job of it. Keeps all of his subscribers interested in his channel, so definitely check him out. He's running a cross-error tournament, basically, was what's going on there on his channel right now, which is pretty cool. He's got lots of things going on, but it was kind of interesting watching him put that together, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch my Cardinals win it all. And Higher Ground Gaming's in the house. Higher Ground Gaming. Check out his channel as well. We got a lot of good sim strat baseball channels here in our channel right now. So Higher Ground Gaming, check out his channel. Espo Strat Baseball. Definitely check out his channel as well. So we have a game here between Texas and Boston. Some of you are just joining us. We rolled first thing before you start the game. You don't have to necessarily do this. I guess you could just use whatever the conditions were, but we ended up rolling just a warm day in Texas, so no adjustments to the pitcher's fatigue rating. It is a day game. The sky, we ended up rolling clear, so we don't have to worry about any kind of precipitation. What we do have to worry about, though, is the wind conditions, which can adjust things very differently, which we will show you guys here in just a second. I don't know why I don't have that card out. Here's Texas Stadium. There we are. So each of the different stadiums has their own special card, and what this will do is, based upon the wind conditions, it might adjust the distance you need or the number you need for it to actually go over the fence, which is super cool. In this case, it looks like there's no wind in the ballpark in Arlington in 2011. We were playing on a grass surface and average temperatures, so there won't be any wind adjustments for this situation. But if we look at, we played a game the other day, just a simulation game. Where did I put? Where did I put it? Who was it? It was New York and Detroit. Not sure what I did with that card. Oh, here it is, Yankee Stadium. There it is. But you can see we had rolled a crosswind for that game. And what ended up happening is you can see with the crosswind, we hit a home run out to right field. So normally, if there was no wind, you only need a distance of 4, but because of the crosswind, it only needed a distance of 2. We ended up rolling on the chart a 3. So without the wind, it would not have been a home run. And with the wind, it was a home run. So it does come into play, which is super cool. What city am I in? I'm in Bradenton, Florida, which is just south of Tampa on the west coast of Florida. So that's where I'm at. So we don't have to worry about wind conditions in Texas. It doesn't look like they must have. I'm going to have to look at that, but no wind. So here's the distance you're going to need for home runs into. This is going to be left field down the line, left field, left center, center field, right field, and right field down the line. These are your different distances we're going to need. And then here is our fence height. If you have a fence height of 11 or higher, you cannot rob a home run away from a batter, but you can see a center field and etc. There's a possibility of a rob of a home run and some other effects that may or may not come into play. We will keep this card available. Anyway, so that's kind of, I guess, the setup. If you want to go through all that, or you can just use whatever conditions happen that day. Alrighty, so here we are. I got my new little Excel spreadsheet. Hopefully this will help us score what happens kind of easily. So pretty excited to check this out. All right, so this is only our second game. We went through it kind of slow the other day, so don't expect perfection right off the bat. As Espo Strat says on his baseball channel, we're just here to have fun, and that's what we're going to be doing. We're just going to go through this. I think I'm going to try and go a little bit faster. I'm going to show you how things go in the beginning a couple times until you understand how things play out. After that, then we're going to try hopefully to pick up the pace. So anyways, we have Jacob Ellsbury over here for Boston against C.J. Wilson, Texas. This game, again, if you're just joining us, is 3 10-sided dice. You're going to be rolling them. It goes red dice, white dice, blue dice, so it'd be 5, 1, 6. If you roll between 0 and 499, you're going to use a batter's card. If you roll between 500 and 999, you're going to be using the pitcher's card. And then based upon whether it's a left or right-handed batter or pitcher, you're going to use certain columns, which we'll show you here in just a second because we are on the way if no one has any questions. This is based upon the old Pursue the Pennant system. Once they went out of business and stopped producing their own cards, the Internet Baseball League, which you can find at right here's their information, http://www.ibl.org. You can download everything that I have on my screen for free. You can print them out and play your own seasons. They only go back to 1998 because that's when they kind of picked up where Pursue the Pennant left off. And so they just started creating their own charts, their own rules, they made their own cards, and through the years they've been just fine-tuning it, and it seems like, to me anyways, a very in-depth system, and I'm still understanding some of the fine nuances of it, but we'll show you that as we do it. Here we go, Jacob Ellsbury versus C.J. Wilson, and away we go. So it's a 6-16, so we know it's coming off of C.J. Wilson. It's a left-handed batter, Ellsbury, so we're going to look on the left-hand side. 6-16 to 6-18 is a second base soft grounder. SG is soft grounder. And we'll look at some of the other things here. For the soft grounder to second base, that's going to be just a 4-3 put out. Simple as that. We don't want to use that. We want to use that. All right, so that was pretty easy. I will show you the charts. Like I said, I'm going to try and go a little bit faster once we get this, but obviously, You can see there's HG for hard grounders, SG for slow grounders, and RG for routine grounders. Obviously, with no one on, batter's going to be out at first. We had a slow grounder. Same thing here with a routine grounder, batter out at first, and a hard grounder, batter out at first. So basically, the units in bold, or the results that are in bold, are basically going to be your base hits. So, if you just get this one, we know it's not a base hit. Might be an RBI, or, it might advance the runners. We'll have to check the chart. But when there's no one on, these are very easy to do. So Jacob Ellsbury's done. We just click on the next card, and boom, Dustin Pedroia comes up. He's batting second today, so let's get him going here. Right-hander versus C.J. Wilson, the left-hander. And away we go. And this is 326, so it's going to come off of Pedroia. Left-handed pitcher, C.J. Wilson, lefty, so 326. We're going to use the left column. 326 is going to be 279 through 372 is a BB, so that's a walk. So Dustin Pedroia walks to first. All right, we can look at his run rating, which is basically how fast he is. Then we have the stealing, that's his ability to steal. And then there's a jump rating. When we get an opportunity to try and attempt to steal a base, we will show you how that works. But a jump rating basically of 1, if we look at the chart real quickly here. Just scroll down. These are results. That's the error charts. There's the jump chart right here. So he's got he's going up against John Lester. If we look at John Lester's card here, I'm sorry, he's going up against C.J. Wilson. His hold rating is fair, so this might actually be a good opportunity. Let's look at the jump chart here. So Pedroia has a jump of 1 and is going against the pitcher's hold rating of fair, FR. So if we just compare a jump rating of 1 and a fair, we're going to be using kind of this 28 to 64 he's going to hold, 65 to 73 gets a bad jump, 74 to 99 he attempts the jump. So that's basically only about a 25% chance that he'll get a good jump. You can compare that to, say, somebody that has a jump rating of 4 has a 58 to 99% chance. So much better, obviously, the better your jump rating is. A 1, you can tell, is kind of below average. It goes from 0 to 5. So 1 is, almost as bad as you can get. So I don't think Pedroia is going to try and steal here. We got Elin in the chat as well. Thank you for joining me, Elin. How are you today? Good to have you, my friend. Good to have you here. So Pedroia is going to stay on first with the walk, and that brings up Kyle Crawford. Now it's going to be interesting because we have a runner on first. So this is where, after you play a game or 2 or 3, you'll really have memorized these charts, and you'll know what the results will be, but we're going to go through it anyways, kind of slower. With runners on base, everything kind of changes. So he just got home from work. Well, thank you for joining me. I appreciate that. Good to have you aboard tonight, my friend. We're playing some Internet Baseball League. You can, again, if you're just joining us, http://www.ibl.org. Check it out. They are a dedicated baseball sim group. I'm telling you. Serious. I had someone in my chat yesterday who had joined their league and for a while there and had done some of their stuff, and he was basically telling me that they were serious. Like, they have like schedules of when you have to sim the games by, and I mean, just go to their website. It's awesome. That's all I have to say. So 929 is what he rolled. That's going to come off of C.J. Wilson again against the left-handers. We're going to look here. 929 929 against the lefty. So 881 to 999 is going to be a ball hit to second base, and it's an HG. Okay, so this one is going to take me a little while to explain to you guys because this has been the biggest problem that I came across so far, and we kind of worked through how this is resolved in the game. So it might take me a few minutes to explain it to you, but once you understand, it'll be easy for you to understand. So it's a hard grounder hit to second base. So if we look at the chart, bloop, here we go. It's a hard grounder, and we had a runner on first base. So runner is out at second base. Now, you see this other, it says here, on an HG dash, see below, otherwise batter out at first. So if we look at some of the results, we'll have, like this here, if we took Crawford here, there's an HG dash, and there's just an HG, and here's an HG. So if it's an HG dash, we would use some extra rules down here where you're basically trying to find out if your pivot man can get the runner out in time before he makes it down to first base. Because you can see here, we're going to have the runner out at second, and the batter's going to be out at first unless he can beat the throw to first base. On an HG dash, we have to look and see if our pivot man, which is either the shortstop or second baseman, depending on where it was hit, has a dashed rating. If we look at our players here, Dustin Pedroia is the second baseman. That's the player that got the ball hit to him. He does not have a dash. He doesn't have a plus. He doesn't have a dash. So he's just average at turning double plays. As well as shortstop, this is going to be our pivot man in this situation. He does not have a dash either. So in this case, because it was an HG, it was a ground ball hit to second, we look at the charts, and it's basically going to be runner out at second, and we're going to check on an HG dash, otherwise batter out at first. So we're going to find out on the dash. So in this case, it's basically going to be a double play. Now that's interesting because you'll notice that on some of the results on the cards, you'll also see an RG plus symbol. And you notice neither Dustin Pedroia nor Marco Stratora, the shortstop, they don't have a plus and they don't have a minus. So they're pretty average at turning double plays. If we look at Texas, on the other hand, Ian Kinsler, second baseman, notice he's got a plus, and so does Elvis Andrus, the shortstop. He also has a plus symbol, which I will show you on the cards when they come up. So these guys are really good at turning the pluses when they roll the plus symbol on the cards. So that's definitely going to help, because if we look at the results on the charts, you notice that on an RG, which is a routine grounder, the runner is out at second, but the batter is safe at first, which is different than the hard grounder, which is runner out at first and runner out at second and the batter out at first. So hard grounder's easier to get a double play, obviously, unless you have a really fast runner that can beat the throw. The routine grounders is going to be a runner out at second. Batter is safe unless you got a plus shortstop or a plus second baseman to beat out the run on them. So long story short, Texas has got a definite advantage here because they're both their second baseman and shortstop have the ability to make double plays, and Boston does not. and neither one of them have minuses as well. So it's going to be pretty much anytime you got a runner on first and you roll a hard ground ball, it's going to probably be a double play. So I know I went through that kind of long, but hit into the 4-6-3 double play. And that's going to end the inning for Boston. So Boston with no runs and no hits. Let's make these a little bit bigger so you guys can see them. Let's bring them up to size 14. I'll bring these up to size 14 as well. We'll save it again. All right, so that is the end of the first for the Boston Red Sox. I'm going to move this over. So we have John Lester on the hill for Boston. He'll be facing off against Kinsler, Andurus, Hamilton, Beltre, Young, Cruz, Napoli, Tarala, and Bourbon. And again, when Boston's defending, they have got no pluses and no minuses, which may or may not come into play. All right, so here we go. Hopefully, I probably said that a lot. I made it a lot more confusing than really was, so apologize for that. But it's been a big thorn in my side to try and understand this because the rules don't specifically say things like that. But we'll look at it when it comes into play. 570 is going to be off John Lester. He is facing off against a right-hander, so we're going to look at the right-handed column. 570. So 562 to 610 is an IFR. Okay. IFR stands for infielder's range. So we got to go to the infielder's range chart, which happens to be down here somewhere. There it is, infield range chart. All right, so before we do anything, we got to look at our Kinsler, who hits it. He's facing off against a left-hander, and you notice its infield range here is a P. So he's a right-handed batter versus lefties. He has P, which stands for, I believe, pull. I believe is what that stands for. I'd have to double check that. Anyways, he's a P. He's an RP. So we look at our infield location range chart here. We look for RP. So right here is if you have an RP or an LO, you're going to use this column here. And we're going to find out what kind of play he just hit. So we're going to roll 2 percentile dice. So we'll just roll these, find out where he hit the ball to. And this happens to be a 0-4, which is this one right here. If we go across, that is a slow roller to first base. Slow roller to first base. All right, so first baseman for Boston is going to be Adrian Gonzalez. He has a range of G. So we have a 4, which was a slow roller to the first baseman. There we go. So we look at our infield range chart, grass surfaces or turf surfaces. We have here in Ballpark in Arlington is a grass surface. So we're going to be using this side of the chart. And we remember that he has a range of G. So we're going to use this G column, which is, I can't highlight it much better than that. But it's this column here. We're just going to roll percentile for the ball that was rolled, this slow roller. So we just find the slow roller, we find the G column, and then we roll in that little quadrant right there-ish, kind of right there. So we'll roll 2 percentile dice to find out, oops, wrong thing, percentile dice just to find out what had happened. Again, I'm going through this kind of slow to show you guys how some of the effects work in the game. Not that I'm an expert or anything, but we rolled an 85, so a G. Slow roller, 85 is a 40 to 98, and that is a not in time result. So we just look at the not in time result, and it'll tell us what happened. The fielder charges the hopper, but bobbles the ball and throws it, but not in time. Batter safe at first on an infield single. Runners advance one base. Beautiful design. It might seem like it's slow, but if you had these printed out at home, it would be rather easy for you to just look at the chart and see. So Ian Kinsler gets himself an infield hit. Let's see, what are we going to put down for this? Infield one. There we go. Oh, and I got to adjust the size of these here. Take them from down to 11. There we go. Infield, he made it to first base. Now we can check out his stats. He's got a run of 5. He's got a steal of 12. He's got a jump of 2. So jump a rating of 2 is about average, not great. But if he can get the jump, he does have a 12 steals. That's pretty darn good, actually. So let's take a look at that chart again and see, shall we send him on the old steal attempt? So jump chart of 2, so we're going to be using this column. Now we got to figure out how good is the pitcher hold rating of fair. So let's look at the fair section. Fair, oh yeah, so you can see he's got a much better chance. He's got a 66 to 99 to attempt it. Are we going to try? Ooh, that's a tough decision. But I think we're going to do it just so you guys can see how it happens. So before the dice are rolled, you make an announcement, yes. So we're going to roll percentile and find out whether or not he gets the jump. And here we go. And it's a 53, so 53 falls into the 33 to 62 category. So in that case, he holds, so doesn't get the jump, so cannot attempt the steal. So Kinsler stays on first. That brings up Elvis is in the house. Elvis is in the house. All right, well, let's see what Elvis can do here against John Lester. Righty versus lefty. Here comes the windup and the pitch. It's a 9-9-8, so we're going to be on the pitcher card against a righty. So we're going to use the right-hand column. 9-9-8 is going to be a hard ground ball hit to shortstop. Hard ground ball hit to shortstop. All right. So this is going to bring up hard ground ball, hard grounder, hit to shortstop. All right, and we have a runner out at first. So in this case, runner is out at second. If we had a hard ground ball dash, so we would look below, but we don't in this case. Otherwise, batter out at first. I believe. It's going to be runner out at second on an HG dash, see below, which we don't need, otherwise batter out at first. So this is going to be a fielder's choice, I believe, is what's going to be happening. Fielder's choice, and Kinsler is going to be out at second. Oops, wrong one. Out at second, fielder's choice, he's on first. All right. Hopefully, I'm reading that chart right. This is a little confusing for me. Runner out is second. If it's a +1, if it's a routine grounder, runner out is second, which is the same as that. See below, see RG, see below. Max Cornelius is in the house. Hello, Max. How are you today? Otherwise, better safe at first. Otherwise, better out at first. So that's the difference between those two is whether it's a routine grounder is other batter's either going to be safe at first. If it's a hard grounder, otherwise batter's going to be out at first. Hmm. Still a little confused about that, so I'll admit that. So, ah, I had actually sent an email message to the Internet Baseball League and asked those questions because I'm not sure how to resolve that 100% yet. And oh well, we'll work on it. We'll figure it out. Anyways, let's just keep moving on here. So next batter is going to be Josh Hamilton, the left fielder, against John Lester. I was going to try and make this a lot bit faster today here, but 887, so it's coming off of Lester. 887 against the lefty. 887. 887. 854 to 902 is a walk. So Josh Hamilton with the BB on to first. This takes Honduras and puts him on second. So runners on first and second with one away here for Adrian Beltre. Runners on first and second, one away. And the windup in the pitch. Here it comes. It's a 9-1-9. 9-1-9 is going to be a ball hit to, this is a righty, so we're going to look at this side. Shortstop. It's a hard ground ball hit to shortstop. Hard ground ball, and we have runners on first and second. So we're going to look at this. So runner on first, out at second. On HG dash, see below, we can ignore that. Otherwise, batter out at first. So it's going to be a double play. Runner on second goes to third. On a ball hit to third base, he makes the play unassisted at third and throws to second base to complete the double play. If the batter's run rating is less than or equal to 0 and second baseman not rated a minus, second baseman fires to first, completing an around the horn triple play. Look on. Okay. It doesn't matter. It's going to be a double play to get out of the inning there for Boston. So runner out at first, runner from first out at second, and batter out at first. So there's a chance you could have got a double play in that. But in this case, it's going to be a 6, 4, 3 double play with 2 stars to end the inning. All right, so back to Boston here. Nothing across. No, oops. Put these all as centered there. There we go. 0 and no hits still for either team. The only things that have come are walks so far. So, I believe. No, I'm sorry. Kinsler had a infield hit. That's correct. All right. Sorry. Got ahead of myself. So, one hit for Texas there. No runs. One hit, no errors. That brings up Kevin Youkilis for Boston against C.J. Wilson. And the windup in the pitch. Here it comes. 296, so we know it's coming off of Youkilis' card, and the left-hander, so 296 is going to be another walk, BB. So a walk for Youkilis, and that brings up Adrian Gonzalez. Wind up and the pitch, here it comes. That is a 709. So C.J. Wilson 709 against the left-hander. 709. 709 is going to be a strikeout. 687 to 840 strikeout against left-handers. So the big K, one away here for David Ortiz. His first bat of the season here. The DH today. So one away, runner on first. Stratomatic Delaware's in the house. We've got a lot of great sim players here in the house today. Thanks for joining me, guys. Do appreciate it. What is going on there, Mr. Stratomatic Delaware? Check out his channel, along with all the other ones mentioned earlier, Higher Ground Gaming and Espo Strat Baseball. All really good channels. Check them out. You can link for my channel or just do a search on YouTube. David Ortiz got a 393. David Ortiz 393 against the lefty is a walk. So 2 walks in the inning. And runners on first and second for Mike Cameron. Let's find out how Mike does. 2 walks in the inning by C.J. Wilson. Runners on first and second, 1 away. Mike Cameron, and the pitch. 537, that's coming off of C.J. Wilson's card. And we got a righty, so 537 is going to be wild pitch and a pass ball possibility. Wow. Okay, so I've not actually had that come up yet, so this will be interesting. Okay, so let's look at the WP and passable ball. Okay, so we don't have a clutch situation. We don't have a fatigued. So in all other situations, we're going to go to the wild pitch and pass ball chart. All right, so let's do that, shall we? Error chart, we don't need that. That's the jump chart, we don't need that. It's the bunting chart, here it is. Wild pitch and pass ball charts, right there. All right, so bases empty, roll 2 dice, and use foul territory of the stadium. In postseason, game increases the size of foul territory. We don't have that. We have our pass ball situation for John Lester. Pass balls and wild pitches are rare. So he is a rare wild pitcher. Pass ball rating for the catcher, didn't actually write that down. So for Boston, that's going to be Boston. No, I was for Texas. Texas catcher is okay. All right, so I just need to look at his card real quick. Beltre. His pass ball is very good. Okay, so pass ball is very good. So we look at the runners on, wild pitch rating of rare. We have the pass ball rating of very good. And we're just going to roll on this little chart right here to see what happens. That's as simple as, that's as simple as it goes. So let's find out. Here it comes. We have a 45 percentile, so 01 to 98 is a balk. No, very good, sorry. Yeah, 10 to is going to be a BLK. BLK, catcher blocks, pitch in the dirt, runners hold. So it's blocked. BLK, blocked. So catcher blocks the pitch in the dirt, runners hold. So we can just ignore that result and roll again here between Mike Cameron and C.J. Wilson. Centermatic Delaware is going to be uploading a payoff pitch, Necro replay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Some payoff pitch action, folks. If you want to check out some payoff pitch, Stratomatic Delaware. It says it'll be up in just a few minutes. So after you're done watching this, check out Stratomatic Delaware's Payoff pitch, Nico replay. And we have us a 1-1-6 against the left-hander. 1-1-6 is going to be a shortstop HG dash. Oh, look at that. Shortstop HG dash. Let's look at our chart. So we did get that. All right, so on our ground ball, we have runners on first and second. Runner on first and second. So runner on first, out is second. On an HG dash, see below. So we will see below this time. If the infielder pivot rating is a minus, roll a die. If the result is less than the batter's rating, run rating, he's safe at first. We don't have a dash. We have a plus symbol, so it's going to be another double play for, this is going to be a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. And that's going to be it for Boston in the top of the second inning. Wish I'm going to have to adjust that, so that's fine. I'll have to do that later for you guys. And we'll adjust the size of that. There we go. All right. So out of the second inning, Michael Young is up. Michael Young against John Lester. I'm sure I'm probably still a little confused on these charts, I'll be honest with you, because, I mean, it looks like anytime you hit a hard grounder and you have a runner on first or a runner on first and second, it looks like it's almost always going to be a double play because runner out at second, and it says otherwise batter out at first, though. I'm wondering if I might be reading that still incorrectly. Infield turning pivot is a dash rating. Roll a die. If the result is less than the batter's run rating, he's safe at first. So is this an either or proposition? It's either a runner out at second, otherwise batter out at first. That could be a possibility that it's a either or proposition. But then how do you get a double play with a runner out on first? Maybe that's what the HG dash does for you. I'm just thinking out loud. Sorry, guys. Just thinking out loud. Again, I'm not an expert at this game. Just learning. The infielder turning pivot as a dash rating. Roll a die. If the result is less than the batter's rating, he is safe at first. Well, if you... That's only on an HG dash. So if we look at the player's card, the player's card, HG dash. So if it's just an HG result, let's just assume it's just a regular old HG result. Runner out at second. We can ignore this because it's not an HG dash, and then otherwise batter out at first. Runner out and if we do the routine grounder, runner out at second, otherwise batter safe at first. Otherwise, batter safe at first. Yeah, I'm still a little confused on that. I don't think there should be that many double plays, so I must be missing something, obviously. So apologize for that, guys. I'm not 100% sure because runner out at first, second, period. So runner out is second, period. So you're rolling to find out whether or not the guy makes it down to first base. So if you have a minus on your pivot guy, a minus on your pivot guy means he would have to roll a dice to see whether or not he's safe. If he doesn't have a minus, otherwise batter out at first. If you got the hit and run play on, runner with a rating of run rating greater than or equal to 2 advances to second, batter out at first. Runner with a rating less than 1 is out at second, batter safe at first. So I'm not sure how you can even get a double play then if this is okay. Well, anyways, let's just move on. We'll figure it out, I'm sure. So we're on to the second inning here for Texas. We got Michael Young. Oh, went the wrong way. Michael Young is up. Yes, there we go. All right. It's a little weird. I'll have to admit it. It's a little weird, that whole system. 6-4-0. John Lester against a right-hander. 6-4-0 is going to be high fly to center field. That's going to be an F8. Simple little F8. That brings up Nelson Cruz. See, I mean, it's once you understand how everything works, you can get through the plays pretty quickly. That's for sure. The only problem is that there's one plays I just don't understand how to do them yet. So if I knew how to do them, I'd be able to get through these really fast as well. But anyways, 264, Nelson Cruz against the lefty. 264 is going to be 244 to 281. It's going to be a home run. It's going to be a home run. So if you look, a home run in this game is just not necessarily a home run. We don't have a clutch situation, so we can ignore that. We didn't have a hit and run play on, so we can ignore that. All other situations, we're going to go to the deep fly location chart. Home run cannot go foul to determine hit location, and then so we need to go to the deep fly location chart. Where is that chart? We got to find out if he hit it far enough, right? Outfielder range, ballpark, fence height. Where is that chart? Missed it somewhere in the. Make this a little bit smaller. All right, ballpark home run. No, that's not what I want. Here we are, deep fly chart. All right, so on the deep fly chart, we need to look at Nelson Cruz under DF against the left-hander. He's got an SP. So he's an RSP. RSP. I'll try and remember that. RSP. So you look at the RSP, which is this one down here at the bottom. And roll a single die, 0 through 9, and we find out where he hit the ball. So we look at the die all the way to the right side here. It's an 8, so an 8 is RC. So he hit it to right center field, RC, right? Now we need to find out what kind of power he has. So we look at his power rating, which is excellent. Nelson Cruz, excellent power. So we're going to be on the excellent column, and we need to roll percentile to find out how far did he hit it to right center field. And he rolled, he only rolled a 21. 21 is going to be here, 20 to 24, which is a result of 6 distance. 6 distance, 20 to 24. And if we look at our Texas Stadium, right center field, I'm sorry, it was right field. No, it's right center. I was right. Right center. Distance in the ballpark in Arlington, you needed a 9 or higher for it to go out. We rolled only a 6. So no home run is caught deep on the warning track, but it's caught by the, we'll just say, right fielder for an out. So even though it says home run, it's not necessarily a home run if you don't hit it far enough. Got to make sure you hit the ball. So in this case, oops. Look at this. Right center field, we would need a 9. So a 9 result was all he needed was higher than a 39, basically. He needed a 40 or higher to get that home run with excellent power. Didn't quite get enough, did he, boys? No, did not. That's a shame. That could have been our first run of the game. All right, two-way here for Mike Napoli against John Lester. Away we go. Dun, 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 dun. It is 197 against the lefty. 197. That's going to be a single into left field. It's a LLF first base. Let's look at that result on the chart because there might be something interesting on that. LLF. Single. Where is that? Single. First base infield. No, all other first base events. Even dice rolls. Odd dice rolls. Oh, here it would have been. All right, so that only comes, the LLF only comes into play when you have base runners to find out whether they advance one base or two base. Okay, so that's just a single into left field. So S1 for Mike Napoli. And two-way here for Yortvit Torrealba. Hopefully I'm saying that. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Damn, I wish I could get that stupid play down that runners on first base with their stupid explanation charts do not understand. Stratomac Delaware says, uh-oh, this game scares me. 526. Not that bad, like I said, against a righty. 526. 526 is a wild pitch or a pass ball. All right, well, we know which chart we're looking at because we just did this not too long ago. We have a rare and we have a very good. So we got to roll on this chart to find out if he blocks it or not, which he probably will. But let's find out. We have a 0 to 8 will be a wild pitch. A 9 will be a pass ball. Let's see. It's a 29, so it's blocked. Catcher again makes a good block. So we can, roll again. Almost a wild pitch though. Let's try again. 537. That's going to come off of Lester against a righty. 537. Oh, same thing. Wild pitch and a pass ball. Let's see if it's blocked again. That's weird. We get two rolls like that. An 11. Ooh, that is close. We do need to look at that one. 11. Oh, just barely makes it into the block section. It's a good thing he's a rare. Otherwise, that would have been probably a wild pitch. Yeah, because if he was unlikely, 0 to 28 would have been a wild pitch. So in this case, two good stops by the catchers. Let's see if we can try something else on one of these cards. Let's try that again, one more time. 830. 830 against a righty. 8 30 is going to be a strikeout to end the inning. Strikeout, the big K here. And that's going to put nothing on the board. Texas gets their second hit of the game. And we go on to the top of the third. Jared Saltalamacchia should be up. There he is. All right. C.J. Wilson. Yeah, I'm Stratomatic Delaware. I'm still trying to figure out that one result chart. It just doesn't make sense to my little brain, I guess. I don't know. I wish it would be a little clearer, or I wish they would answer my email and let me know how to read that. 890 against the, he's going to be batting from the right side. 890 is a hard grounder hit to short, so it's going to be a 6-3, one out. That brings up Marco Shutora. One away here in the top of the third. Yeah, Lester he's pretty tough. He's got some pretty good ratings there. This is a 0-28, so a 28 is going to be an E. So this will be our first error check possibility here. So this will be fun because we've never done one of the error ones yet. I just have to find the damn chart. Infield, bunting charts, jump charts, error charts. All right, so first thing we need to do is find out where he hit the ball, right? So we roll a single die, just a single die. It's really not that bad, but I just wish I knew how to read that one chart, and we would be perfect. And I think, like I said, once you read the chart a couple times, he rolls a 3. A 3 is hit to first base, first baseman. So we're just gonna have to look at our first baseman. Let's move this back over. So Texas first baseman is going to be Texas first baseman is Mike Napoli. He's got an error rating of 9. All right. So we're going to roll on the first baseman, and we're going to look at the 9 column, which is, I think, the best rating, I believe, you can get. So he doesn't make very many errors. Let's find out what happens this time. We rolled a 64. So we look at the first baseman chart. We looked at his 9, and we rolled a 64. So 12 to 89 is just a normal. You resolve it as just an RG, a routine grounder, is what you resolve that as. 12 to 89. Yeah, so 9 is the best result. Yep. Okay. So he doesn't make very many errors. We just resolve it as a regular ground ball. Let's just resolve this as a simple ground ball, and we'll just call this a 3-1. Why not? Why not? And we'll go back to Ellsbury. Jacob Ellsbury for Boston. Beatles Eternally says, wow, those charts are textually dense. Yes, they are, but there's a lot of information on them, but they're pretty easy to understand. Pretty easy to understand. I actually have a printout of them here, and I printed them out at work today, and I got them here in front of me, but yeah, the text is pretty small on them because they try to jam in a lot of information on these little charts. So, all right, here we go. Ellsbury versus C.J. Wilson, 8-22 against the lefty. 8-2-2 is going to be a strikeout. So Jacob Ellsbury out on strikes. And that's going to end it. We haven't put our zeros in here. We haven't updated this. Here we go. So that's 1, 2, 3. And that's going to be the end of the top of the third. Let's go to the bottom of the third here. 0. All right, good. All right, that brings up Julio Bourbon. John Lester here. Did anybody ever play the old Pursue the Pennant? I guess this is very similar. Not only did Pursue the Pennant spawn the Internet Baseball League, but they also spawned Destiny League baseball as well. So we'll be looking at that here shortly as well. 235, so it's coming off of Bourbon against the lefty. 2, 3, 5, 2. Oh, he just missed that one. That would have been a hit. Instead, it's a routine grounder to first. So that is going to be a 3 unassisted. I'm going with unassisted that time. All right, Ian Kinsler back up. And the pitch, 352, 352 is going to be a walk. Kinsler's aboard with the walk. This should be size. Yeah, it is size 11. Okay. That brings up Honduras. Kinsler, jump rating of 2 and a steal of 12. He is going to drive for a steal. We need to do something here to get the offense going here. Jeez, everyone's falling asleep on me here. What do we decide? Boston's catcher is unknown. That's right, because I didn't. Salto Macchia. Let's look at Salto Macchia. Nope, that's not who I should be looking at. Anyways, I need to look at the hold rating. That's right. So Lester's hold rating is fair. That's right. Fair rating. And a jump rating of 2. So we're going to be rolling in this kind of this middle section right here. Let's find out. Can he get the jump? He needs a high number to get the jump. Let's roll it and see. That's a 46. 46 is a hold. So a 2 fair. 33 to 62 he holds. So no jump. So that brings up Honduras here. Elvis is in the building. Hello. And we can go back to this sheet here. There we go. All right. So, runner first, 1 away. Elvis is in the house. 548 against a righty. 548. It's going to be an outfielder's range check here. So, outfielder's range. Going to need the charts. Jump charts. To infielders and outfielder. Outfielder, normal grass and turf. Slow grass is where we're going to be looking at. So we need to find out first things first. Where did he hit the ball, right? So we look at his little outfielders against a left-handed pitcher as an SP. So he's an RSP. RSP. So we're going to be looking at this column right here. It's hard to see, but it's the second column from the right. We're going to find out what kind of hit did he hit. Let's find out. No, it's just a 27 because we're rolling percentile. 27, 27, 27. 25 to 34 is a center fielder in the gap. In the gap, right center field, and the center fielder. So that's a lot of stuff to remember right there. So in the gap, right center, And so we got to find out what our center fielder for Boston, Jacob Ellsbury, and his range is an F. His range is an F. So we're going to look at the F column here. We're looking for it was in the gap. So we're going to be looking at in the gap F. And we're going to roll percentile for in the gap and F and find out, can Jacob Ellsbury make the play? Here it comes. 41 F in the gap. 41 0 to 49 diving catch. Fielder makes fantastic diving catch. Runner on third may attempt to score by going to the coach's chart. Other runners hold. Outstanding play out there by Ellsbury as he makes a diving stop. Beautiful catch. So that's going to be, that was the center fielder. We're just going to call that a simple F8. Even though it was a great play. That's two-way here for Josh Hamilton. So you guys see, you use a lot of charts to kind of resolve the plays, but based upon their different statistics, it really, gives you quite a variety of, instead of just a simple F8, like a lot of games out there. Oh, it's just hit to center field, it's an automatic out. Here, it could be a looping liner that could go on the wall for a double, or they can make, like you just saw, a diving catch to rob them, or it could just be, a regular single. So it's the more complex the game is, the more information you can get into it, I guess is what I'm saying. 4-1-7, Josh Hamilton against the lefty. 4-1-7 is going to be hard ground ball to first base. We're just going to call that a 3-1 out. And that's going to end the third inning. All right, guys. Well, thank you one and all for joining me. I think I'm just going to save what we're doing here. Save this. And I'll pick it up again later on. I don't want to run this live stream too long. I know that there's other baseball simmers out there, like Espo might be running a game tonight. He'll probably be on here shortly. So to make sure you guys have time to get over to his channel and stuff in time. So definitely, again, if you're in the chat and you're live and in person, definitely go over and check out his channel. I'm not 100% sure he's running a game tonight, but you can definitely check him out here in a little bit. Or check out Stratomatic Delaware. Some of his games are probably up. He was uploading a payoff pitch game. So payoff pitch, kind of similar-ish to this a little bit, kind of, sort of, not exactly, but the setup I kind of have is kind of similar to payoff pitch, I guess. But anyways, you can check out Stratomatic and his channel, Higher Ground Gaming. Check out what he's got going on in his channel. Lots of great simmers out there. So we just delved into it. I would play more and it would go a little bit quicker if I could understand this and this a little bit better, because you get a lot of balls hit the ground balls hit to second base or shortstop. And my understanding, it looks like runner out is second. And if you don't have an HG minus, otherwise batter out at first. So is it just runner out at second and then this comes into play? I'll kind of zoom in so you guys can read it a little bit better. So runner's out at second, period. So that's it. Boom. Right? That's the end of the sentence. And then the next part of the sentence says, if you got an HG minus result, if you got an HG minus, they're going to have to, okay, I think I'm understanding it now. All right, so if you separate these into different sentences, this is one sentence. Boom, runner's out at second. Uh, Stratomatic Delaware, here, my friend. I would email it to you, but it would be probably a lot simpler for you guys, all you guys, every one of you that's watching this. Just go to ibl.org. Oops, org, yeah. Uh, all right, www.internetbaseballleague.org, ibl.org. Let's try that again. So if you just go to www.ibl.org, just click on cards, and it'll take you to this page right here. Over here on the right-hand side, you'll see download. Just click on download, and there's all the seasons and all the files you'll need. So if you just go to 2017, there's your batter cards, your charts, your park cards, your pitcher cards, your X cards, everything. Just click on them, download them. You'll have them in probably a lot sooner than I can email them to you. So again, I'll just go through that one more time for you guys. Just go to www.ibl.org, internetbaseballleague.org. It's going to take you to our home page, and then just click on the cards. And then over here on the right-hand side, download, and you can download all the different seasons from 1996 all the way up to 2017. I should note, if you want to play the 2008 season, you're going to download the 2009 cards. So the cards come out a season after they, so I'm actually downloaded the 2012. I've downloaded all of them, but I'm playing the 2012 cards because I'm playing the 2011 season. But yeah, there you will see all the charts and everything. So runner out at second, boom, done, period. So the guy at first is automatically out at second. If you get an HG dash result, so if we look at our players cards again, if we roll, oops, that's a pitcher. I don't want a pitcher. I want a batter. So if you roll the HG result, runner out at second on HG dash, see below. Otherwise, batter out at first. See, and this, to me, this makes it sound like it's an automatic. It looks like it's, for me, and I don't know, again, so you guys just going to have to let me know what you guys think. Runner out at second, period. On an HG dash result, which makes me think that if you get an HG dash result as opposed to just an HG result, HG, if you get an HG dash result, you're going to see below. Otherwise, right? So if you don't get an HG dash, otherwise, batter out at first, which makes it sound like every single time you roll an HG result, it's going to be a double play, right? Runner out at second, and then otherwise, batter out at first. And the only way they can prevent this from happening is if they roll an HG dash result, and then basically your guy can like run, you're going to have to check to see if they pivot, if they throw the ball quick enough to get you out. Now, with that said, that seems to me like that is a lot of double plays, because if we look at look at my sheet here, if you guys didn't join us in the beginning, I went through this. Dustin Pedroia, second baseman for Boston, and Marco Strutara, the shortstop, they don't have a plus and they don't have a minus. They're just like average. They don't have either one of those ratings. If we look at Texas, Ian Kinsler, second baseman, and Elvis Andrus, the shortstop, they both have a plus symbol, right? So, because that plus symbol comes into play when you look at regular grounders. If we scroll over a little bit, or routine grounders, RGs, you notice it says here almost the same thing as what it says over here on the left-hand side. But in this case, it says runner out at second on an HG plus, C below. Otherwise, batter safe at first. And if we look at this statement down here, the RG plus says if the infielder turning pivot has a plus rating, which I just showed you, both the Texas players do have the plus rating. If the infielder turning pivot has a plus rating, we're going to roll a die. We're going to subtract 5. If the result is if the result is greater than the base batter's run rating, he is out at first. Again, it seems to me like that is a lot of double plays if I'm reading that right. Because the runner is going to be out at second. And most teams don't have an RG plus. C below, on RG plus, C below. You're not going to roll that many RG pluses. Oh, let's look at our cards again. See, there's an RG plus down here, but here's an RG, and I guess that's the only 2 on this card. Let's look at Boston. Where is he? There he is. Here's an RG plus. Here's an RG. Yeah, so I'm just not 100% reading it. You have it right. See, I don't know if I have it right because look at what we had. We had so many double plays that happened in this game. It's unbelievable. We had a 6-4-3 double play in the first inning. We had a double play here. We had a 6-4-3 here. So it's like 3 double plays in 3 innings, but it's like every half inning we had a double play happen. It seems like a lot, doesn't it? Am I that can't be right. Something's got to be wrong. Beals Eternally says, thanks, ID Jester. I like the game and hope you do more of it. All right, I will definitely do that. If everyone enjoys it and wants to see more, I just wish I could understand this a little bit better because it just doesn't make sense that, if you hit a hard ground ball, which there are a lot of ground balls. If we look at like Josh Hamilton, here's a hard ground ball. Here's a hard ground ball. Here's a hard ground ball. No, HF. I guess it's not. So there's 2 hard ground balls there and a hard ground ball with a dash. So there's 3 hard ground balls, and one of them has a dash. The other 2 don't. So 2 out of 3 hard ground balls are going to be runner out at second, and otherwise batter out at first. And the only way to prevent the batter out at first is if you get an HG dash result, which is only 1 out of every 3 times. You're going to get that dash result. At 22 to 37, that's 22. That's 15. This is 10, and this is 7, 8. It just seems like it seems like hard ground ball, runner out at second. If you didn't get the dash symbol, batter's going to be out at first too. So that's like an automatic double play to me. I don't know if we just got unlucky and there was like a lot of double plays rolled. But, it's like double play, double play, double play. Every time you get a runner on, it seems like it's, I got to be reading that wrong. It just can't be that way. And then even for the routine grounders, it's runner out at second. And if you don't get the plus symbol, then the batter's safe at first. So the routine grounder seems like it's always just a single out, unless you get the RG plus. Is that the difference? I don't know. You guys think about it. Let me know. Email me. Post a comment on the video in YouTube. Get a hold of me however you want. Send them an email. I sent them an email. They like 2 days ago. They haven't responded to my email, so I don't know if maybe some more people email them and say, hey, we don't understand this rule. Will you explain it to us so we know what the hell we're doing? That would be awesome because the rest of it's pretty much, besides that, is very, very intuitive and easy to understand. You're going to get some kind of a rating and you're going to use player ratings on different charts. The error rating, you're going to find out where it was hit. You're going to find out that player's error rating, and then you're going to roll on the chart based on their error rating. Same thing with your range, your jump charts. You're going to find the pitcher's hold rating. You're going to find out your jump, and you're just going to roll on the chart. Stealing, basically the same thing. You get the catcher's arm rating. You get your run rating or stolen base rating, and you're going to roll on your chart based upon that. So I mean that's all pretty simple. Even the bunting chart, same thing. We're going to find out where you're going to bunt the ball to. You're going to use your rating and find out, where it went to and what kind of results you're going to get. It's all pretty simple. It's slow because I would say this is about the slowest game of baseball, is because it's not just a simple matter of roll a die and find out if you get a single, a double, a hit, or a strikeout, or whatever. When we look at our plate here, when we look at our range plays, I mean, you have close play, you have a lunging grab, you have a knockdown, you have a through for a hit, and you have a blown call. I mean, each one of these things has a different result, which is, like I said, the more complex, the more stuff you add to the system, the more detailed and depth it gets, but the slower the game will play because there's a lot of information you have to look up, you got to reference, you got to, if I had the cards, it might be a little easier for me than using it on the computer like this. Payoff pitch is one of these games that's perfect for the computer because there's not a lot of charts. You can get all the results basically just from the cards. And that's great, but that also simplifies the game because it's like, here's your result, boom, there's no variations. There's no lunging grab, or there's no, blown call results, or there's no close plays, roll on another chart to find out whether you make it or not based upon your speed rating. It's either yes, you get a hit, or no, you don't get a hit. Stratomatic, I am a brave man. Hope you're stubborn as well. No, I think this is a great game. I just don't know if it's good for the computer because it's, like I said, it's too many charts for me to show you guys and look things up and explain and everything. But that makes it really detailed and involved and great, but it's going to make it, especially on the computer, it's going to make it a 3-hour game as opposed to a 1-hour game. I can get a game done in payoff pitch in less than an hour now that I've got my good setup. I just don't think I could do that with this game because it's so involved with so many stats and so many charts and so many look up this rating, and I don't have the cards in my hands to look those things up. I have to flip back and forth on my screen, which slows it down for you guys, which I apologize for. I think it's a really good game, don't get me wrong. If you're looking for a really in-depth, really involved strategy, player ratings for every single thing you could possibly imagine, and variations on, well, did I hit the ball to the outfield? Now let's find out. Just like that home run, if you were here earlier, we hit a home run that did not end up being a home run, because you actually have to go to the deep fly chart. You got to roll on this chart to find out where it went. Then you have to use your power rating to find out the distance you hit it. And once you find out the distance you hit it, you got to compare it to your ballpark and find out, based upon where you hit it, did you hit it far enough? In this case, we hit it to right center field. We ended up with a 6 or 7 result. The only thing that would get for a home run is 9 or higher. So we did not end up getting a home run on that check, which is great because it brings in some unknown. It's not just boom, I hit a home run, boom, you know. But it does slow the game down because there's 3 more charts, there's 3 more things I need to look up. I think this is a great card and dice game that you can record once you've played a few games and you understand the charts and everything. I think it would be a great card and dice game to play for yourselves at home or with your friends or whatever. I just don't think it would be very good for me on the computer because it's very slow and nobody wants to sit here and watch me look up stat after stat after stat and look up different charts and everything like that. So I probably won't be doing much more Internet Baseball League information here on my channel just because I think it's better face to face or solitary with cards and dice. But I think it's a great, involved, awesome system if I could just understand that one stupid chart. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Again, feel free to download the rules, download the cards, download the pitcher cards. I mean, just print out a couple pages, and even just if you print them out on just regular, like regular paper, just print out a couple teams. You only need, maybe 10 pieces of paper, a couple pitchers, get all the players for the lineup. Try running a game or two and print out the charts and just let me know what you guys think of it. If it's, let me know if you can understand the rules, if we're doing something, I'm doing something right, doing something wrong. I don't even know, but I know I'm doing this probably wrong. I don't understand this. This whole chart, I don't know. But I think it's a great system. It's been, as I mentioned, if you were here in the beginning, this is the Pursue the Pennant system, but they went out of business in 1994. They stopped producing things. Internet Baseball League continued adding things, continued putting their own rules in, their own charts, started making their own cards, and they just have been expanding on it for the last 25 years. So it's going to just be a very involved, great game. I just don't think it's great on the computer for me to show you this because of all the charts and all the stats and everything else that I got to go through. So, Stratamatic Delaware, have a great night. Definitely check it out. Look at it. Look at these rules. Let me know what you think. I will definitely be looking for comments. If anybody has any suggestion or anything, definitely go check out Espo. He might be running a live game as well here starting in a few minutes. And everyone, thanks for joining me tonight. I appreciate you guys checking this game out with me. Everyone have a great evening. We'll see you guys soon. Take care.